Welcome back to another episode of Rock Boys Football. The Michigan Wolverines getting active on the recruiting trail, landing four-star quarterback Carter Smith from the 2025 class. And this is a kid that a ton of excitement in terms of the upside and what it looks like if Carter Smith puts it together at the next level. Tremendous arm talent, phenomenal athlete, big frame, kind of checks all the boxes of what you want in a quarterback prospect. Want to get into Carter Smith, what he brings to the table. Also have the conversation about Bryce Underwood and what that might look like for Michigan in the 2025 class. Before we do, just want to say thank you to you guys and a special shout out to the Michigan fans. You guys know this is the program I love talking most about, and you guys giving the opportunity to me to talk Michigan football, it means a lot. I love doing it. Love talking ball with you guys in the comment section. So if you do enjoy the content, you enjoy the updates, consider subscribing to the channel. And without further ado, let's get into Carter Smith. And first thing I want to talk about is the evaluation on Carter Smith kind of varies. Like 24/7 Sports has him as the 14th quarterback in the 2025 class. You check on Rivals or On Three. On Three has him as a top 8 quarterback in this 2025 class, and for good reason. You turn on the film, and we'll do that in a second. He kind of checks all the boxes, right? 6'3", 180 pounds. What I love most is he's played a ton of football, right? Has played his freshman year, put up some elite numbers his sophomore year. His sophomore year at the high school level, over 3,000 passing yards, 29 touchdowns to only 6 interceptions. So he's taking care of the football. Then you look at what he does on the ground. This is a guy that ran for over 700 rushing yards, 19 touchdowns. We all saw on Saturday against Penn State what it is to have a quarterback that can make it happen on the ground with what J.J. McCarthy did. I mean, Carter Smith offers that same athleticism, and you're seeing it. Like, it has a massive impact on what Michigan can do on the offensive side of the ball. Now, getting to Carter Smith and what he does on the field, this is a guy that has insane arm talent. You're going to see him attack the deeper third with relative ease, throw to the boundary. There's not really a throw that Carter Smith can make. And yes, does he need to clean up some accuracy stuff with the 62% completion percentage his sophomore year? Yeah, sure, but he's a young prospect. But what you have is what you can't teach. You can teach the accuracy, you can teach some mechanics, but what you can't teach is a rocket arm. This guy's clocked a 92-mile-per-hour fastball, and you see that on the film. I want to get into Carter Smith, what he brings to the table, because, again, just a really exciting player in terms of the upside and what he brings. You're going to see him be an athlete first, right? Little read option, takes it. You see the burners, the long speed, a guy that can really hurt opposing defenses with his legs, but he's also just a gritty guy that makes very big time throws, right? Breaking tackles, makes it happen with his legs. The next play is what I promise. This is what Jim Harbaugh, Kirk Campbell absolutely loved, right? Gives a little toss sweep here, and we're going to go out and block for a running back and absolutely lay the wood. You know, Jim Harbaugh, Kirk Campbell saw that on the film and immediately said, that's a quarterback that we want in our locker room. You see him extend plays on the run, throws an absolute dot, layers it over the defender. You see the arm talent and the ability to attack pretty much every blade of grass on the field, be an athlete, throw on the run with some nice touch, again, to that deeper third. This is a guy that, again, checking a lot of the boxes that you want, throw to the bound. And this is a throw that I think gets super underrated. And we've kind of been blessed because J.J. McCarthy can make this throw a lot. Guys like Cade McNamara, and this is not a shot at Cade, but there are a lot of quarterbacks at the college football level that when you're attacking the boundary from that opposite hash, quarterbacks don't have the arm strength to make that throw. You see Carter Smith make this on a rope with relative ease. And again, that just speaks to the arm talent and arm strength that Carter Smith has. And he has nice touch too. You're just going to see him throw some fastballs, but I'm also going to layer it over a defender here and put it right where it needs to be, in between two defenders in that zone coverage. Throws fastballs as well. Again, nice layered throw there. Mixes up his pace, has the ability to throw a touch, has the ability to throw absolute rockets right here as well. And that's what you like the most about Carter Smith. I'm going to throw it with touch. I'm going to throw it with some pace. I can make it happen with my legs. Now, I'm going to see a lot of Michigan fans on Twitter talk about Bryce Underwood in the future. One, what I would tell Michigan fans is when you get a commitment of this caliber, this is a guy that is a top 10 quarterback in the 2020 class in Carter Smith. There's a lot of reason to be excited, especially with the upside that Carter Smith has and stacking him right on top of Jaden Davis. What is the goal of recruiting, is to stack really good players. You have Jaden Davis coming in the 2024 class. Now Carter Smith committed in the 2025 class, a guy with a ton of upside. Let's talk about Bryce Underwood. And Bryce Underwood, obviously the number one quarterback in the 2025 class, right in Michigan's backyard. What I'll say with Bryce Underwood is Michigan put a lot of stock into Bryce Underwood. I think Carter Smith was the only other quarterback that they even offered in the 2025 class. And that shows you how much Bryce Underwood's commitment meant to Michigan. Kirk Campbell, Jim Harbaugh, very hands-on with this commitment. At the end of the day, though, you have to be able to protect yourself. And if Bryce Underwood ends up going to LSU, you can't be left holding an empty bag. And so they go out and offer Carter Smith, a guy that I think they're much higher on than a lot of the recruiting services. And I don't think this rules out Bryce Underwood winding up in Michigan Wolverine. This is a caliber of player that's not going to be afraid to come in with another quarterback. And you look at his top 5 right now, most of the schools in his top 5 already have quarterbacks that are committed in their class. Bryce Underwood is not going to be turned off by Michigan, I don't think, because they went out and grabbed another quarterback. Bryce Underwood knows his capability. And if he wants to come in and kind of run this Michigan program, he can still do that. And so getting Carter Smith, it's a nice insurance policy, but make no mistake about it. Like Jim Harbaugh, Kirk Campbell, they're going to still continue to go after Bryce Underwood. He commits in January, but I think it's a nice move for the Michigan Wolverines to add a quarterback in case Bryce Underwood doesn't work out. And again, Carter Smith's not like a consolation prize. This is still one of the best quarterbacks in that 2025 class. And then the other thing I want to say, getting a quarterback early, I love, especially in the state of Florida where Michigan's really doing a good job recruiting. When you have a quarterback committed, it gets a lot easier to sell wide receivers and sell running backs. That quarterback all kind of becomes the main recruiter for this 2025 class. So to lock Carter Smith up, I think is massive for Michigan. So yes, I get the concern about the potential of losing out on Bryce Underwood, but I would tell Michigan fans, and I'm telling myself this too, that getting Carter Smith's a big deal. This guy, he's a very good football player with a ton of upside. Really excited about this one. Again, Michigan fans, appreciate you guys rocking with the fellas. If you do enjoy the content and you enjoy the updates, consider subscribing to the channel. Appreciate you guys, and we'll talk to y'all later.